To the breaking story of the morning on the passing of Kelvin Kiptum, the latest world record holder in the marathon. And of course, the news came in last night of the accident at Eldoret-Kaptagat Road. And he died alongside his coach, Gervais Hakizimana. He was at the age of 24. It is just a few days after his world record was certified. And we are looking for Mike Okenye, who has been covering different marathons, different races globally, not just in Kenya, and of course has a wealth of experience covering athletes in the country. Mike, good morning. Right, as we get Mike, of course, the news of the passing of Kelvin Kiptum have been received with shock across different parts of the country and the world, especially the people that he interacted with, and of course getting different messages from different political leaders, from Prime Cabinet Secretary to the woman representative for us in Gishu, and so many more, including Raila Odinga, who've mourned Kiptum. Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm Kiptum. Good morning, I can hear you.
Good morning to you. And of course, the very sad news of the passing of Kelvin Kiptum. And I know that you're preparing to go and cover this developing story. What do you know so far?
So far, what we know is that he died in a car accident at about midnight. And he was in the company of his coach and one other passenger who has survived the accident. The coach, together with the late Kiptum, they died on the spot. The car rolled along the road. So by the time they got help, they couldn't be rescued at that time. They died. They were found dead on the spot. And it's quite sad because, remember, he was one of the shining lights of Kenyan athletics. And he died at a time when he was going to attempt to be the first human to run under 2 hours in a normal marathon in Rotterdam, and all plans were in place. And Rotterdam was the only marathon he was going to run before the Olympic Games in Paris. So quite sad developments there.
Right, of course, such a promising star. Maybe you can just take us through the past 2 weeks, because I think I saw some reports of the certification of his world record, what the past 2 weeks have been, and of course, what had been expected to be such a promising career in the coming months of 2024.
Yes, you're right, Sam. The past 2 weeks have been a roller coaster, because once you've broken the world record, there are processes that they go through before it is ratified. And one of the things that is done is they have to do dope tests. They have to check your samples over and over again to just ascertain that you did not have anything that assisted you to break the world record. And it did not come as a surprise that he broke the world record, because remember, in London, he came very close to breaking the world record, 25 seconds off the world record. And what he said at that time, because we covered that marathon, is that he didn't know that he was within the world record. And somebody told him, even at 40 kilometers, which is 2 kilometers to go, that he was within the world record. Then he would have done something towards increasing his pace and breaking the world record at London, which is not a very easy course to break the record on. So goes to the United States, and he had put his sights on breaking the world record. So he's a young athlete who has been cut off at his prime. Reminds us of Samuel Wanjiru, another very young and promising marathoner who died just at his prime. Died in his house in Yaoundé. So Kelvin Kiptum is a shocker to everyone else, because nobody expected this. And it was going to be one of those years that you say, we have a rivalry that Kenyans would be proud of. You have the greatest marathoner of all times, Eliud Kipchoge, going against the person who has broken his record in Kelvin Kiptum. And it was going to be very interesting to see these two go head-to-head at the only place they're going to go head-to-head, which is the Olympic Games, because both had been shortlisted for Team Kenya for the Olympics in the long list of marathoners. So this one comes as a big blow to not just the Eldoret fraternity and the athletics fraternity in Kaptagat, but also to Team Kenya and the world as a whole, because everybody was looking for that rivalry. I mean, we barely slept the whole night. Phone calls have come in from all over. athletics administrators, we've had journalists from different places, because everybody wants to ratify and to be sure that actually Kelvin Kiptum is gone. And up to now, we're still not believing it so much. It is a shocker to everybody else. So until we get to the ground in Eldoret, then we'll get to find more details. But what we know for sure is that he was training for Rotterdam, and Gave, who is the coach from Rwanda, has done wonders with Kelvin. Nobody gave him a chance to rise above everybody else in East Africa, in Africa as a whole, to coach one of the shining lights of athletics. So we'll get all those details once we get to Eldoret, but for sure, this is going to be a big blow. It's one of those things that will take a long time before Kenya recovers from this death.
Right, Mike. Very unfortunate. Of course, we'll have to allow you to travel to Eldoret for that coverage. Very sad story that has come this morning, and we mourn him. Too young, just about 24, and quite a loss to the athletics world, not just in Kenya, but also globally. That is Michael. Can you speak to us via a phone? And a lot of messages have been streaming in from, let me see, Musala Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, is saying that I am deeply saddened to hear about the passing of Kelvin Kiptum and his coach. His remarkable talents and unwavering dedication to athletics inspired countless individuals. He made an indelible mark, not only through his achievements, but also through mentorship and leadership, guiding, inspiring athletes to reach their full potential. The legacy he leaves behind is a testament to passion and commitment to excellence. Just reads part of the tribute. And let me see who else has spoken about the passing of Kiptum. That is Kimani Ichung'wah, the leader of majority at the National Assembly. It is shocking and devastating, the untimely passing of Kelvin Kiptum, the world marathon record holder. Kiptum, whose talent, promise, and dedication, all of which have been cut short by a tragic road accident. The loss of Kiptum leaves a void that will be deeply felt by the nation and the entire athletic fraternity. Rest in peace, champion. That is Kimani Ichung'wah, the leader of majority at the National Assembly, and many more that have been writing about this developing story, including Raila Odinga, who, let me just get that quote. He says, the devastating news as we mourn the loss of remarkable individual, Kelvin Kiptum, world record holder and Kenyan athletics icon. Together with his coach, they tragically passed on in an accident tonight. Of course, tonight being last night. And this is David Rudisha. I am shocked and deeply saddened to learn the passing of Kiptum and his coach. My condolences to the families, friends, athletics, fraternity, and Kenya at large. This is a huge loss, and indeed it is. And a tribute, a story there by World Athletics. Is deeply saddened to hear the marathon world record holder Kiptum died in a road accident on Sunday at the age of 24. And they go ahead to detail the sort of career that he has had since he was 13. In studio, I have three panelists. I have the Senator of Kisii County, that is Richard Onyonka. I have Gladys Bose, the woman representative for us in Gishu. And I have Fred Okango from KANU, the political party. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to give an opportunity to mourn the passing of Kiptum. I've seen your message, Honorable Bose. This is your constituent, I think? Yeah. Talk to us about Kiptum and your thoughts.
My deepest condolences to his family and just the entire Wasingishu fraternity and Elgeyo Marakwet. I was quite shocked when I got the news this morning. It was hard for me to come to this show. I almost didn't come, thanks to my husband who forced me to walk here. Yes, and it's for me, it was just, and somebody sent me the pictures of when he was at my house just recently, when I hosted him after he won the world champions. He was just the future and everything. And on this one, I question God. Forgive me.
Sorry about that. Senator.
I heard the news. It was about last night. I think it was about 9 o'clock. again, very sad. Again, a road accident. I don't want to blame anybody. Maybe it was human error or not. I just think it is very, very, very sad to lose somebody with such a reputation, somebody with such respectability and success. Sometimes you have no words. I mean, Sammy, it's crazy. Sometimes all of these things you don't know what to say. I mean, for me right now, I've nothing to say about the death of this really incredible, successful Kenyan who has been amongst the team of Kenyan athletes who've always carried our flag and has made Kenya be known as a state that has got good athletes who have really done wonders. I hope that the state will give him a state funeral. I think he deserves that. And I hope and I wish the family relief, and may he rest in peace.
Indeed. Fred?
It's very unfortunate, Sam, that we have lost a champion as a country. To the people of Uasin Gishu, to his family, to Kenyans at large, we mourn the death of a champion that represented this country at high levels. May his family, friends, find comfort in the Lord during these difficult times.
Right. I may have misled. He was born in Keyo, so that is in Elgeyo Marakwet, but of course, I mean, they are neighbors with Uasin Gishu, which is the city of champions and very known for even the sort of preparations that athletes have to do right there in the Uasin Gishu as well as in Elgeyo Marakwet. And of course, here at Citizen TV, we mourn with the family, we condole with the family. Of course, such a huge loss at a time that his career was at what it was. Being a world record holder at that age is not a mean achievement. And of course, our Mike Okinye will be in Eldoret shortly. He'll be able to bring us to speed of what is going on and what this means for the sports fraternity, the athletics world. We take a short break. When we come back, we embark on the conversation of the morning. Stay tuned.